What? I can't see. Hello, hello. There I am. Shit, fire, you guys. It's taking me forever to get on here. Listen, I got a brand new computer. The other one just a shit on me. Just totally took its way out. So, anyways, this is a new one. I had to learn all kinds of new stuff. It's just not the same. Just not the same. Well, anyways, Merry freaking Christmas, you guys. Merry Christmas. Listen, I'm not getting all washed along the way with all this Christ stuff, but it's nothing really to, the whole world's going through this. Everybody has their time this time of year. For centuries and centuries and centuries, the world keeps turning and turning around and turning around. And on this particular night, or when Christmas comes around, that's the birth of a whole new time. It's that idea that when the sun goes into the winter solstice, and it sits still for like 3 days, and then the days start to get longer after that, after the sun is reborn. And in our teachings, this is down in the lower areas. This is the, between fall, which is Libra, and Aries, when spring comes into our lives. This is this whole idea of the underworld. This is all the underworld, and that's also midnight. Remember, a lot of times this is where, death would occur. And of course, when they're talking about getting up on the morning, when the morning comes, there's that pre-morning little star, which is Venus rising. And they equate it to being the devil and stuff like that. Well, it is. It's you, except that you're on your way up, in that situation, and you're on your way to. He's fulfilling what the Father sent him to do. And so, you're on your way up. When the sun comes out, when you finally make it all the way over into Leo, which is the end of the run with this, the Lord is exalted, and that's where the fire comes in, in our stories, that fire, that fire. In the real world, they believe in destruction. They believe that God kills things and uses the water to destroy things. And just does anything. It just destroys things. And, the problem with it is that, the story with Jonah was to show that God doesn't destroy things. He changes people's minds. He teaches them the way, and he teaches them the law. And of course, this has been echoed through the centuries. This particular story, and all these guys that wind up in this spot playing Jesus. They all do this. Krishna is born on this date. I don't think Buddha is, but he's not a sun god. But Jesus was born to set fire to the earth and stuff like that. Supposed to pit mother against father, and brothers against sisters. And of course, through our teachings, we learned that that's basically yourself, and all these aspects of this book, any book, it's really talking about the individual. And it's just the poor souls that are trapped in that word fundamentalism. Fundamentalism means to just not to care about going any further. Fundamental is what you read and what you see. They might as well say Protestant, but that idea that they just take it by the word and there's no deviation from it. And of course, if they really did do that correctly, they would find that the book tells you not to do it by the letter, but to do it by the Spirit. That's what we teach here on this channel. We teach about the Spirit. Everything in our Bible can be summed up right here in this little space behind me. It's the chakra system of our body. It has to do with coming about at the end of the times, riding on a white horse. And we find that it takes an awful lot of living in the skin to get to a particular point where you don't have to do it no more, when you start to understand what's going on. And there's very few. I've counted up maybe like 30 people that come to class here, find something out, whether they come to giggle or laugh or what have you. I don't give a fuck. I like to be their stumbling block, because this shit has been remained in some kind of, amber coating for 2,000 years or so, that they tell us, You don't know. They're about to re-race us and start us all over again and give a new group of idiots this project to see how far they get with it. But, anyways, the people that take the Bible literally are actually destroying our planet just by the idea and the ignorance of the law, which is written in stone, megaliths that are countless eons old that no one can tell. You can see it in all of the hieroglyphs and stuff like that, the writings, the cuneiforms, everything from Hindu to Hopis, and it's the same idea of just coming inside and learning this place, gaining this peace. It's called Israel in the latest carnations of these efforts, but it also just means being even, having a peaceful mind. And that we find that what happens is our body and our minds actually represent what goes on in the outside world around us. And of course, if some shady group of people has hid the choice from you, which means that you are always this unbridled beast running around out there, that this is what they call for at this time of our lives, not in our time, but the times of the times, that we could go through series like it's been over 2,000 years already with what they call the Dark Ages. And that's really no more than just the introduction of religion, as they went around stomping on snakes and getting rid of snakes like they did in Ireland. And what they were doing is the snake is the feminine energy, and they just looked at this as being evil. And of course, snake has always been along the line of electricity, and it seems that we have fallen into the Dark Ages on purpose. And that they went about wiping out all kinds of knowledge. And of course, this stuff that we're finding is just loaded with knowledge. I was just undoing the book of Numbers, which is the 5th book of Moses. So five is the skin. So I expected to hear and see a lot about skin, and I did. And so, and then the first chapter that is to talk about, what is this skin, and so it had all these people's names and stuff like that. And it really came out pretty cool, because I don't want to get into it because I'd rather talk about Christmas. But anyways, the way that the tribes were worked out is I took their names and I found out what they meant. I put them all together, and what you did is there's a sequence, and then they had number systems that go with it. So the first set of men that will rise with you to fight in Israel, that's really what they're getting ready to go for battle, and they're fighting for Israel. And so all those men that were 20 years and older that could rise were being, numbered by their pole. All right. So, is there size queens or anything? No, they're pole. It's their staff. It's their backbone. All those that are 2 and able to fight. Because this is the idea that they haven't gone into 3 yet. They're always looking for more. Oh, it's my free recording limit. Well, goddamn. Please upgrade to record longer screencasts. Alright, well, shit. I'm not going to like this. But I'll see if I can come back on a little bit later. Anyways, adios. I love you.